Hello everyone. So anyone who have any doubt with previous lectures, then you can ask first. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Okay.
yes,
So
sir.
किसी का कोई डाउट हो तो पूछ सकता है पहले, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, फिर स्टार्ट करते हैं, नहीं तो डन सबकी तरफ से।
Done.
ओके। सो लास्ट लेक्चर में मैंने मीन्स लास्ट 2 डेज के लिए मैंने कुछ दिया था आपको करने के लिए, लाइक मॉडलिंग ऑफ द वाटर टैंक एंड मॉडलिंग ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन टावर। सो प्रैक्टिस करी थोड़ी बहुत, थोड़ा आइडिया दे दो मुझे, अगर किसी ने नहीं करी हो तो वो भी बता दो।
Yes, sir.
ओके। सो प्रैक्टिस करें तो इट इज मोर बेटर, बिकॉज आज से हम स्टार्ट करेंगे बिल्डिंग डिजाइन, इसलिए तो मॉडलिंग का मैं सारे पार्ट्स जो है सिखा चुका हूँ पहले ही। तो आज से हम बिल्डिंग डिजाइन देखेंगे। ओके। सो ठीक है, स्टार्ट करते हैं। Okay. तो लास्ट लेक्चर तक हमने ज्योमेट्री व्यू सेलेक्ट ये सारा पोर्शन क्लियर कर लिया था। ओके। सो टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू डिजाइन आवर बिल्डिंग। तो पहले तो मैं बताता हूँ कि ये लेक्चर थोड़ा छोटा रखते हैं, क्योंकि अभी इसके बाद स्टील का भी लेना है, तो मैं हो सकता है उनका शायद टाइम आज चेंज करवाना पड़े स्टील वालों का, तो थोड़ा उनका क्लास थोड़ा जल्दी लेना पड़ेगा, लाइक 9:45। तो हम 9:40 तक फिनिश कर देंगे आज का लेक्चर, फिर कल से बाकी आगे स्टार्ट करेंगे। ओके। कल से हमारा 1 आवर का ही रहेगा, क्योंकि आज उनके लिए टाइमिंग भी हो जाएगा, तो वो ज़्यादा लेट नहीं हो पाए इसलिए, क्योंकि उनका नहीं तो 10 से लेके 11 तक चले जाएगा, ज़्यादा लेट हो जाएगा इसलिए। ओके, सो स्टार्ट। So like we have first of all the structural chart, and we have to go for the change units, meters and frame models, bay frame, and like these dimensions I taken it by default. Cross, yes, okay. So this is our building. Okay. For example, this is our building structure. Now I am going for yeah. So now we have to go for assigning the property, क्योंकि हमको क्या करना है, properties assign करने हैं beams and columns के। So you have to go first of all to the properties. After that, you have to click on define. Define means you have to assign the properties as symmetrical sections like circle, rectangular, T sections, trapezoidal, general sections only we have, tapered eye sections, and these are okay. So I am taking as the rectangular section. So YD you can see it's your depth of the beam, and Z is your width of the beam. Okay. So I am taking as 350 by 500 mm of the beam section. Material you can take it as concrete. Click on add. Okay. So after clicking on add, we are taking the geometry for the columns also. That is our, for example, 0.5 and 0.5. So once again, click on add. So these are our two parameters. First for our beam, REF means reference and sections and material. Okay. So rectangular section. सो ये जो यूनिट्स है ये हम चेंज नहीं कर सकते, स्टैड प्रो में पहले से ये यूनिट्स बाय डिफॉल्ट इसी में आती है, लाइक इंचेस और जो भी उसमें आती है। तो यू हैव टू चेक बाय डबल क्लिक ऑन दिस, दैट इज अवर 350 एंड 0.5 मींस 500 एम। ओके। सो आई असाइन द beams property first. So what we have to do, you can select the beam also by shift and right click on the window, take any view and select the beams. ये ध्यान रखना, सबसे पहले प्रॉपर्टी पे क्लिक करना है, जो भी प्रॉपर्टी असाइन करनी है। ओके, ये इसका बात का हमेशा ध्यान रखना है। अगर कॉलम की प्रॉपर्टी असाइन करना चाहते हो तो कॉलम सिलेक्ट करने से पहले यू हैव टू फर्स्ट क्लिक ऑन द प्रॉपर्टी। ओके, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई असाइन द प्रॉपर्टीज फॉर द बीम्स। सो यू हैव टू सेलेक्ट ऑल द बीम्स लाइक, अब मुझे इससे नीचे वाले भी फ्लोर के भी सिलेक्ट करने हैं। सो आई हैव टू क्लिक ऑन कंट्रोल। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई सिलेक्ट टॉप बीम्स, गो बिलो, सेकंड वन, कंट्रोल प्रेस करके सारे बीम सिलेक्ट करने। These are our all the beams. Okay. Now once again, shift and right click on the window. You can go for symmetric, isometric. तो ये प्रॉपर्टी इजीली कर सकते हैं असाइन। अब यहाँ पे दो तीन तरीके हैं सिलेक्ट करने के, मैंने पहले बताया सिलेक्ट के काफी सारे तरीके हैं। तो हम और तरीकों पे से बात जाते हैं, जैसे सेलेक्ट पे जाके यू कैन चूज बाय द ज्योमेट्री एंड किसके पैरेलल में बीम हमारे किसके पैरेलल है, एक्सजेड प्लेन, पैरेलल टू द एक्सजेड प्लेन। एक रेंज देनी है जिस जहाँ से लेके जहाँ तक तुम बीम अपने सेलेक्ट करना चाहते हो, लाइक आई टेक इट एज 30। सो 0 से लेके 30 मीटर तक के सारे जितने भी एक्सजेड प्लेन के पैरेलल जितने भी बीम सेक्शन है वो सारे हो जाएंगे सिलेक्ट। तो सेकंड तरीका ये हो गया। ओके, यू कैन सेलेक्ट द बीम्स बाय दिस वे आल्सो। नाउ वी हैव सम अनदर ways like,
Can you please repeat the last command?
okay, last repeat. Okay.
Regarding the beam.
Okay, so last one is our geometry. By the geometry you can also select. Geometry means इसमें plates भी आ सकते हैं, beams भी आ सकते हैं, columns भी and solids भी. Okay, so beams
Okay.
हमारे किस plane के respect में, xz plane के parallel, x and z. So you have to go through parallel to xz. Now you have to give the range, क्योंकि xz plane में कहाँ से लेके कहाँ तक लेना है तुमसे ये भी पूछेगा। तो ले हम मान लेते हैं जैसे ये हमारा 3 मीटर का हाइट है सब जगह। सो यू कैन टेक इट एज जस्ट बिलो दिस नोट, बिकॉज यहाँ से हमारे बीम स्टार्ट है। सो यू कैन टेक इट एज 2 मीटर ऑल्सो, क्योंकि मिनिमम हम 2 मीटर से ले लेते हैं। ओके एंड
Okay.
1 second, I check the recording is going on or not. ओके, और हाइट हमारी कहाँ से लेकर कहाँ तक है, ये हमारा 3 मीटर, 6, 9, 12 एंड 15। 15 मीटर की जो बीम्स है उनको भी कवर करना है। सो इफ यू असाइन 15, देन 15 मीटर वाला जो बीम है वो सिलेक्ट नहीं होगा, क्योंकि तुमको रेंज ऐसी लेनी है जिसके बीच में तुम्हारे बीम्स आए और कॉलम्स आए, जो भी तुम लेना चाहो। सो रेंज you have to take in that way so that your all the beams will select like 2 to you have to take 15.1 more than 15. So 15 meters also levels of beams will be selected. Okay,
Along with the beam, everything, every element in this range of height will be selected, right?
yes, every beams or every geometry means it will take not
Every
sorry
geometry.
not only beams. Yeah,
Beam, if there is slab will also be in installation mode.
yes.
All
So
geometry simply.
yeah, all geometry.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so it's our second option. Now go for the third. We have the beams also. So you have to select for X. So X की direction में जितने beam है वो select हो जाएंगे. Now you don't have to press on control because it's by default take the control already. Okay. Now you have to select on control, parallel to Z. So it's our third way to select the beams. Now it's clear. These all three ways how to select beams. Anyone who have the doubt related
Yes,
to
sir.
this? Done. Okay. So हमने beam select कर लिए. Just we have to assign to selected beam. We have a lot of option to assign any property, like assign to selected, use cursor to assign to edit list and assign to view. Assign to view means जितने भी view के अंदर है उन सब पे क्या हो जाएगा, assign हो जाएगा. Use cursor to assign means मुझे पहले इस पे assign करना है. ठीक है, पहले मैं ये ऑप्शन बताता हूँ. If you click on use cursor to assign, then click on assign. So you can see this type of cursor. like assign any property cursor. Okay. Now you have to click on the every beam. For that, you want to assign the property of R1. R1 means reference number one. That is our beam property. Okay, this is our second tool, but I don't suggest this way to assign the property. Now you have the third option also, assign to edit list means you should remember all the numbers of the beams. That is not possible. Like this is your beam number 17. This is your beam number 18. So you have to enter list 17, 18. That will be very long method. Now we have some another also assign to. Assign to means it's assign all the beams, columns, all the direction X, Y, Z, all the frame members. This property will be assigned by this way. So you have to choose as per your condition for what you have to assign the property. So I take it as parallel to X and parallel to Z. Remember that your property should be selected before the assigning. Okay. Now click on assigning to selected beams. Click on assign, click on yes. So if you see by right click and 3D rendering, then you will get the idea about your properties of the beams. So this is your, once again. Like if you zoom, then you can see the depth and width of the beam in this way. Like this is your width and this is your depth that you have assigned as 500 mm and this is our 350 mm. If you select any of the member and you go right click and again for the 3D rendering view, then you can see the 3D rendering view of that element only. Okay. जिसे select करोगे सिर्फ उसी का ही क्या दिखेगा 3D rendering. This is also way to select and assign the property and see the members. Now we have the columns. So again, you can go through lot of options to select. So I have told you about the missing property also because we have assigned the property for the beams. Now missings are only columns. So if you click on missing property, okay. If you click on missing property and missing property, then you can see the columns are selected. Those are missing by the property. But remember that you have to first click on the property and then select the members. For that, you want to assign the property. Okay. So now we have the option again, assign to selected beams. Click on assign. So it's a way to assign the columns. Now some other way also like parallel to because columns are parallel to our y axis. These are the global axis. Okay. These are not local. These are global X, Y, Z. So global means y directions columns are selected. Now by this way also you can assign the property for the columns. Yes. So if you see by the right click, then you can see the all our 3D rendering views. Now, is it clear for all?
Yes, sir.
Is there any doubt of anyone? Okay, so now go further.
Clear.
Because in this lecture, I will cover all the things that how we design our structure. Okay, it's not a real building design. We will cover it later. Just this lecture only for the overview of the building designs. Okay. So now we go for the material. And yeah, there is one another also. If you want to assign the plates, then you have to click on first of all geometry and add plate. Now you can see there are lot of nodes are available and very hotspots you can see. So you can't assign the plate very easily. So you have your choice, like you can click on the right on your mouse and you can rotate your structure as your opinion. There are some other tools also on the keyboard. You can see left arrow, right arrow, upper arrow, down arrow. So by this way also you can see your view of interest. And the some other options are also available like shift and right click. If you do, you have to just click shift and right click take any side view. I select this portion also. Okay. Now I click on right click and new view. Click on OK. So by this way, you can go for the new view also. So now you can assign the plate easily. Just select these four nodes and it's assigned. There is no any problem. Some another methods are also like I want to go back to our old structure. Then again, you have to click shift and right click, display all structure, and you have to just select by the property name, by the property. You can see. Okay. So if you go by the property also, like you have to click on property name and by the property, you want to select your members. Okay. Because we in our select bar, because we are in select bar. So you have to just select. There are a lot of options to select. So I click on property name. Now this is our beam property. Now click on close, right click, new view. Okay. So it's also a very easy way to assign the plates. Like I take this view by the right click on the mouse. I go again to the geometry and click on add plate. Now select your four nodes on each floor to assign the plates. Okay. If you see the 3D rendering, then you can see there is one plate, but we didn't assign any thickness to it. There is not any thickness for this slab. Now you have to take it for another also, another floors. Okay. But you can't assign it for all the storage because if there are like 15 and 20 storage, then you don't have to do it 20 times. You can go through some other options also like copy paste and duplicates options are also available. Translational repeat. So I first go for the select plate cursor. Click this plate. I delete it. Now press escape. Now you can see there is only one plate that I have assigned, but I want to copy it in these floor levels also. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remaining 4 floors, I want to assign the plates. So now what I have to do, I have to just copy it in Y direction with 3 meters interval. Okay. Because the story to story height is our 3 meter, 3 meter, 3 meter, 3 meters. So you have to first select the plate because you have to select first that you have to copy. Select it, go for the translational repeat. Now give the axis in which direction you want to copy. I want to copy it in Y. How many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 steps. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 steps are there, and the height is difference is 3 meters. Now you don't have to click on link step because these four nodes will be also connected by the beams. So you don't have to click on link steps. Okay. Just these are 3 meters. If there is any difference of the height is different, like this is our 2 meter, then you have to just click on fourth spacing. You have to give the 2 meter spacing. Okay. So I click on OK. So all the plates are assigned to each floor level. You can see by the 3D render. So it's a very easy view, easy method to assign any of the property in translational repeat. So now if you again shift and right click because our work is done, display all structure. Now we have to assign the properties for the plates also. So you have to just click on thickness. Means I want to give the thickness to our plate. Like the slab thickness may be 150 mm. So I give it as 150, 0.15 meter. Click on add. Now you want to assign the plates thickness to all the plates. So what you have to do, you have to go for the select plate cursor and drag all the plates. Okay, because you have the plate cursor, so only plates will be selected by the plate cursor. There is not any beams and columns which select by the plate cursor. Okay, so it's a use of the plate cursor. So you can select by the control plus A. Control plus A means all the plates will be selected on our screen by this command because there are 5 number of plates. For that, we want to assign the property. There are some another tools also to select the plate like beams. So you have to go for the parallel plates in XZ plane, parallel to the XZ plane. So all the plates are selected. Okay. By this way also you can select. Now you have to just assign the selected plate, assign. But there is another way also. There is no need to select the plate because if you click on assign to view, means this property will be assigned to all the members on our geometry, but only for the plates. It will not assign to the beams because beams don't have the thickness, beams have the width and the depth. So if you click assign to view, means in the view portion, if there are any of the plate, then this property will be assigned to all the plates by the assign to view command. So if I click by this also, then you can assign the plate thickness to all the plates on your view. Now, if you go for the again 3D rendering, then you can see some thickness of the slab. You can see some thickness because there are the difference because the depth is our 500, depth is our 500, the thickness is our 150. So if you minus from 500 minus 150 and divided by 2, means it's a projection 175 mm upper of the slab and lower of the slab also 175 mm projection. Now, if anyone had doubt, then you can ask from the slab portion. Anyone?
Can we automate this?
Okay, one by one. Yeah.
Ca- Yeah, can we automate that center positioning of the element?
Yes, central
As
positioning
we
of the
do,
element.
as you do in the phys. Yeah, my concern is that while suppose you did a calculation, no, that the center that plate is slab is placed in the center of the beam,
Okay.
right? By
Yes.
doing manual calculation, by doing manual calculation, there is a chance of getting error.
Okay.
And in staad, by default, whatever we are doing right now here is the default mode of a staad pro, right? So
Okay.
if if we need to shift the slab to
Over the beam.
just topmost over the beam, yeah, just to
Yes.
counter the beam level exactly 0 0, then doing manual calculation and entering the value may bring some error. So my concern is that is it any possibilities to do that technique automatically as you do in the physical modeling?
Okay. Yes. Instead also we can do, we can just put our slab on the beams also. Top fiber of the beams
How?
by the command of.
Yeah, top type.
Okay. So we
Yeah,
go
top
for
fiber of the
that.
beam.
By the specification, you can give the plate, give the offset and global. So you can take it as local and global also. Okay? So I give the Y range. Okay. So we will come on that. I will cover it. Anyone who have another doubt? Because after
Yes,
the
sir.
material, we will go for that. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay. Yes.
Sir, there is this property window which you have opened. So in this there is this user table.
Okay.
So can you just explain what is this about?
Okay. Okay. So there are some files if you want to make your own property. So you have to use these tables. Like I take it as click on external. So you have to browse your files. So you have to make it also for first. First of all, you have to make your file by your own that I take it as wide flanges because the section type is wide flanges. I select. I go it again like you have to select new. There are a lot of options. Then you can make your files like your sections also. But there will be no need of that because uh, we are in India and we have to use the IS codes and steel tables for anything. So there will be no use of that. But for your information, I give you some guidance that you have to just make your file, click on external file, browse and select that. So those sections will be also selected for your staad pro model. If you want to assign them, then you can assign easily. Not a problem. Yes, another one. Any other कोई और डाउट हो किसी का बताइए. Is it done for everyone? Yes, Paresh Kumar. Okay.
Sir, one more doubt I want to ask.
Sorry,
Hello?
आवाज कट. Yes, ask.
I want to ask one more doubt, sir. This section database is only used in steel, or we can use it in RCC also?
Only steels.
Okay. Okay.
Because the research are also going on the RCC sections like T sections and some composite sections. So we can't use it before without our IS code. If you use and there will be an issue in the failure of the collapse, like your building will collapse, then you have to face a lot of problems. So before the publication of the IS code on that, you can't assign any concrete property as that I sections like those. Okay.
हेलो
Hello. Yes, another one.
हेलो सर स्लैब का जो लोकेशन दिया है वो बीम के दोनों बीच में दिया है तो डिजाइन
Okay.
करने के लिए आपने तो ऊपर होता है तो वो
हाँ,
कैसे
हाँ.
ले लेगा
वो वो अभी बताएंगे. अभी वो शिव कुमार यादव ने भी शायद सेम डाउट पूछा है, वो मैं
हाँ हाँ
बताऊंगा अभी थोड़ा
हाँ
आगे.
हाँ हाँ ओके सर
ओके,
ओके सर
आई विल कवर इट.
और ये
यस,
बेटा एंगल क्या होता है इसमें
बीटा एंगल भी बताएंगे. ओके.
अच्छा अच्छा ओके सर ओके
हाँ, ये भी बताएंगे. और
ओके नो डाउट सर
ओके. सो आर का भट्टाचार्य, एनी डाउट? Yes, Arka, you can ask because your hand is raised already. Okay, so we move on. Okay, so first of all, we go for the beta angles also. So 1 second, I want to show you one image on that. Give me 1 second. Because the beta angles are generally used for our steel structures, but I give the guidance for that. 1 second, I check some photos I think I have for that. Uh, yes. Yes, so the beta angles are okay. So you know the purlins. What are the purlins on? Because for by that you can easily understand. So 1 second, I open. Okay, so I have already made. So like these are your purlins. Okay, you know the industrial structures. So these are our purlins that you have to establish on the our resist line. Okay. So now if you see the purlin, now generally we have to assign the sections for the purlins. I take this view to see that. So this is your view. For that, I want to like this is your angle, some angle, theta. This is also some angle, theta, same angle. Now, here you can see the purlins are going inside the plane. Okay. And you know the sections of the purlins also, those are our channel sections. These are our channel sections. Okay. So if you see very clearly, then you can see some angles because there is not a contact with this line. The ridge line is not touched with the purlins. This is called as means I have to rotate my section with its axis, longitudinal axis by the angle of theta. This is called as beta angle. So you have to give the some angle like theta angle to the purlins and you have to assign it to the purlins. Then your surface will be perfectly contact with this line, with this alignment of the PB structure. So is it clear now? What are the beta angles? I
Yes,
can
yes, sir.
see. Okay. I see some image also, like when we have to take the beta angle as positive and negative. If you see in the direction of local axis, you can see the local axis. This is your X, Y, and Z. Okay. So if you see in the direction of your local axis of any member, then you have to give the positive beta angle when you have to rotate in clockwise direction. Like I give the example by this. Like this is your local axis X, and I have seen from this direction means your X direction will be inside the plane. Okay, the X direction will be inside the plane. Now I am seeing in the X direction, and the plane means longitudinal axis is also parallel to the X direction means in the X direction. So if you're seeing in same direction and you want to rotate in anti-clockwise, then you have to give in both positive or negative. I have shown already. If the clockwise rotation is there, then you have to take it as positive. And if negative means anti-clockwise rotation is needed there, then you have to click in. Then you have to enter in negative beta. So what is the value? I have take it is anti-clockwise and I have saying in the direction of the projection. Then oh, some ratings are there. Sorry. Oh, all are here. Okay. Everyone here.
Hello,
Hello.
hello.
Yes, yes. Ask.
हाँ, सर वो जो वीडियो बीच में स्टॉप हो रहा है
ओके स्टॉप हो रहा है नहीं मेरे साइड से
दो तीन बार हो गया
आ, होना तो नहीं चाहिए शायद औरों के साथ कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रही हो बताओ एक बार किसी और के साथ भी दिक्कत आ रही है
नहीं नहीं सर
आई थिंक नेटवर्क इशू है
It is fine with me.
No, sir.
या because I think there is some
Okay.
network issue with you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I will provide the recordings also.
Will
You
I-
can.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So if you will have any doubt, then you can ask in next lecture also, next class. So these are our beta angles. Okay, you have to put it in anti-clockwise direction means you have to take the beta as negative because you are seeing in the direction of longitudinal axis of the member. So beta angle you have to take it as negative theta, but you can't assign negative theta means you have to assign in 360 minus theta. You have to assign the value of 360 minus theta. So these are your beta angles for your geometry, but these are mainly used for our steel structure, not in RCC. Okay. Now another one from this window, properties window. Anyone have any doubt? Okay, so
While assigning the concrete column,
okay.
While assigning the concrete column, and if we need to change the orientation of the column,
Okay.
then in such case, can we use the beta angle?
Yeah, in such case also you can change the beta angle. By the 90 degree, you have to give the rotation.
Okay.
And it's depend on your forces direction and which type of moment will be developed. For that, you have to change your orientation on the beams, columns. So
Sorry,
it's
I didn't get
also
it. Regarding
okay,
the forces
like wind force is applied in the X direction. Okay.
okay.
And you want to make your building for the X direction wind only. Just think that if the wind will be applied in the X direction, then which direction moment of inertia you want for your columns should be rigid. Means
Okay,
column will
okay.
buckle outside the plane about the Z axis if the wind will be applied in X axis.
Simply in which direction I have to increase the depth of the beam that I have to
Yeah,
think according, no?
yeah,
Okay.
yes. That's it.
Yeah.
So you have to change your orientation in that such way.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that will be called as beta angles. Okay, so it's fine for us for the properties. Now you have to go for the concrete, and you can see the concrete property is already assigned to them. So there is not any changes to us. Yeah, there is some another properties also, like if you want to create any property for our structure, so you can take any of the property like timber. You can take some another also aluminum property if you want to assign. So these are a lot of property then you can assign to your model. But there are some predetermined properties that you have to use in our structure. Okay. So by this way, assign to, if you click broker concrete, so it's already assigned. There is no need to assign to it. It is already assigned to all the members. Now we go for the specific, as you have said that I want to put my slab over the beams, over the beam surface. So for that, you have to first do some calculation, like this is your center line and this is your beam. Okay, this is your beam and our slab is this is our slab. I just giving the idea about the dimensions. So now this is your center line and this is your depth of the beam. Okay, this is your depth of the beam. So if you check, then this is your 500 mm because we have given the depth of the beam as 500. And this is your thickness. And what is it? This is our 150. Okay. Now I want to shift this center line of the slab. Okay. To this portion. And there are some another also ways, like this is the bottom level of the slab. And I want to shift it at this level. You can see it. If you put this level at this level, then your slab will be rested on the beams. Okay. So what is this depth? This is our 150. You can just calculate 500. So this is your 250. This is our once was 75. You have to just calculate what is the depth. This is your 75.
175. Top.
This is our 150. So half is our 75. Just from the center line. Okay. Total is 150 mm of the slab depth. You have to just take the half. And this is your 250. You have to minus 75.
175.
175 we have to shift, I think.
Okay, we just check it because there should not be any problem. 175.
Yeah.
So this is your 175. Now you can get the idea how many depth you have to take to shift your slab over the beam. This is your 150 and you have to add 175 over that. Okay. So 112 and 325 mm you have to shift your slab in the wide axis. 325. Is it clear for all? From this level, you have to put at here. Okay. So
Pardon,
this is
please.
your.
फिर से समझाओ ना.
ओके, दोबारा समझा देते हैं. देखो ये आपका बॉटम ऑफ द स्लैब, ये जो लेवल है बॉटम ऑफ द स्लैब, मुझे इस बॉटम ऑफ द लेवल को यहाँ पे लेके आना है बीम के टॉप पे.
Yeah.
सो जस्ट यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट हाउ मच इज दिस डेप्थ. सो ये ऑलरेडी हमारा 150 mm है स्लैब का डेप्थ.
जी.
और ये इजीली कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो. ये वाला पोर्शन लाइक 250 है, 500 का आप 250 हो गया, 75 माइनस करोगे 175. सो ये हमारा 175 और ये हमारा 150. सो 150 प्लस 175 325. So you have to just take it as 325 in the y direction to your slab. So you have to, because we want to shift the plate. So there are some other tools also like beams, you can shift also. So I want to shift the plate in the y direction. So there are the option that is our offset. Offset means you give some projection in the direction, any direction. So I take it in global because global direction is our y. Now give the y in meter. So 0.325. Okay. Click on add. This is only for node 1. You can see node A, but we have to do for all the nodes. So you can make another also. Click on for the beam node, B node. For node C also, offset C 325, plate C, so offset D, y direction in the global add. Yeah, this is local, so click on global change. Now these 4 property you have to assign all the plates. Okay, so select plate cursor, click on the window, Control plus A you have to click, select the property first, assign to selected plates. Yes, this one also. So if you see clearly, because you can see some elevation also for all the plates only at one node. This is only due to this portion because you have just put one node, give the elevation of 0.325 meter. Okay. So if you see the 3D rendering also, then you can see there is one elevation in the y direction at only one node. So you have to just assign it for all the plates. Once again, Control A, assign, yes. Control A, assign, yes. Last one, assign, yes. Now, your slabs are over the beams. You can see, and you can check by the tuning. So it is difficult to see, but it is correct because we have done the calculation also. It is corrected. Okay. So it's a way that how to give the offset to any member because it's already also used in the steel structure rules.
From the graphical interface, it seems to be the slab seems to appear on a higher
Higher
above the
than beam.
beam, higher than
Yes.
the beam. Yeah. Why it is so?
It's a graphical because we can't do anything because it's a staad pro things like you have to give the some colors also for the plates and frame members. So we can't do anything in this matter.
Okay. And my concern actually was that is it possible to do by some command as you do in the physical modeling instead of giving calculated value for these 4 joints?
Yeah, we can't do anything because that's why the
Okay.
physical modeling is there. That's a different with the analytical.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Thank
why
you.
physical is more better with analytical. Okay, so
Okay.
this way you can make. So can we end the class for today because I have to manage some another time for steel sector also. So I have to take some before the class.
Okay.
Okay. Is
Okay
it
from my
clear
end.
for all for today?
Sir,
Yes.
Okay.
sir,
Ask.
hello.
Yes, yes. Ask
Hello.
one by one, one by one.
हेलो
हाँ जी बोलिए.
सर अपने नोड ए बी सी यानी वो क्या था?
वो हमारे स्लैब के 4 नोड होते हैं स्लैब के
मैं
पास
हेलो
चारों कॉर्नर.
हाँ हाँ चारों कॉर्नर हाँ.
तो चारों कॉर्नर के लिए असाइन करना पड़ेगा तभी वो चारों साइड से ऊपर उठेगा. अगर एक भी करोगे तो एक से ही उठेगा बस.
अच्छा अच्छा ओके.
पूछ रहा था
बस आर का आवाज कम आ रही है आपकी. आई थिंक नेटवर्क इशू आपके साइड ही है शायद इसलिए थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है.
सर
हाँ उस
Yes.
स्लैब का जो मूव
Uh,
हाँ 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 सर एक्चुअली मैं तो स्लैब मूव इनके पूरा स्लैब
sorry, sorry,
हेलो
sorry. आवाज कट रहा है आपका, एक बार थोड़ा सही से बोलिए. आरका जी आवाज कट रहा है, आप कैसे करो, आप वॉइस मैसेज पिन कर देना मेरे लिए, मैं आपका डाउट उधर ही व्हाट्सएप पे क्लियर कर दूंगा, नो प्रॉब्लम. बिकॉज आवाज कट रहा है आपका कोई, या फिर कल पूछना चाहो तो कल पूछ लेना. ओके, अनदर वन.
Hi, Nikhil.
यस,
Can we offset the beams and columns also, like
yeah,
the
yeah,
slab
yeah.
you have done,
Yes, you can also.
like 3D rendering?
Yes,
They
by
show.
click on beam, click on offset, so you know there are two locations for every beam. Like for the slab there are 4 locations, node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4. So for the beam there are 2 nodes like start and end. Okay, so you have to click on both, give some offset along the global, or you can take the local also. For the start and for the end also, you have to just assign to the beam.
Is it that much important that we have to do
Yeah, we
that
have
particular
to.
offset?
Yeah, we have to take particular by that taking perfect dimension.
No, the dimension, regarding dimension, no. Is it important that we have to make it exactly like that offset thing?
Because in the RCC tester that I have told already that we will not assign the slab load in this way. Like first of all, we add the plate and assign the cell pit. So for RCC structure, that is not mandatory for us. Because we will use the floor load for the slab bit.
ये प्लेट लोड का यूज करेगा तो दिक्कत नहीं है ना?
नहीं दिक्कत नहीं है, लेकिन मैंने डिफरेंसेस पहले बताए थे. प्लेट लोड तभी यूज करना है लाइक यू वांट टू असाइन द सॉइल प्रेशर.
Soil pressure, yes.
Yes, soil pressure and hydrostatic pressure for the water tank pressure, water pressure. So in that cases you have to take the plates. But for the slab, I
Otherwise,
don't.
floor.
Yeah, otherwise you have to follow the Rankine's theory. So for that you have to take floor loads.
Floor load. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Any other doubt? Okay. Shiv Sagar.
Sir,
Yeah. Any doubt?
It's okay for me now. No doubt, sir.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. So
सर आपका लेक्चर ऐसा होता है कि खत्म होने ना चाहिए, ऐसा है, पढ़ाते हो अच्छे.
अब क्या करें, ऐसे ही करना पड़ेगा, लेकिन कोर्स काफी अच्छा जाएगा, मैं पहले बताया था.
ना
बहुत
आप
कुछ चीजें
बहुत अच्छी
सीखोगे.
तरह से समझा रहे हो, हर एक को
Thank
पूरी से करा रहे हो.
you.
ओके, थैंक यू.
Okay.
कल का टाइमिंग सर?
कल का टाइमिंग आपके लिए तो यही है, लेकिन स्टील
Okay.
वालों के लिए भी देखते हैं, उनके लिए साथ चेंज करना
जी.
पड़ेगा.
ओके सर.
ओके, थैंक यू ऑल, हैव अ गुड नाइट टू ऑल.
Thank you. Good day.
ओके.